How's it? Today is Monday, April 27th. We are back in the lab. It's Snatch Day again. Um, this is week 2 of starting to lift again, and today was a lot better than last week. My ribs felt a lot better than I was when I was waking up this morning. I know Friday was a little bit precarious, and so Saturday I was worried, but Saturday was okay. And yeah, things are getting better. I feel more comfortable under the bar. Yesterday, last week, the lifting was fine. It was passable. It didn't really hurt. It was pretty lightweight last week. So it's good that it's still feeling good. Uh, Last week for pull-ups, it was a little bit of a different story. Pull-ups were kind of iffy. The pulling on my rib cage felt uncomfortable. It didn't hurt, but it was really just not not 100%. And I'm not going to be 100% for a while. So I have to slowly slowly creep back into that area of range of motion, and I'm very happy with how today felt and how overall things are going. Just a couple steps forward every session is what I'm aiming for. For today, I went 10 kilos up on my barbell movements. So snatch, push, press plus overhead squat, going up to 70 kilos for 3 sets. Or sorry, one set of 3 plus 3. This is the movement, the complex that I got really good at doing push presses plus overhead squats, and I am very excited to increase back again. It's gonna take a while, and I need to make sure that I don't rush anything, but I am excited for that. Afterwards, I moved into my power snatch triples. We're doing 3 triples. Last week I did 50 because I wasn't sure. I had no idea how I would have performed last week, and it turned out okay. So I was like, okay, if I can do 10 kilos up on the overhead warm up movement or the push press overhead squat, then I'm just gonna try 10 kilos up on the power snatch altogether. So went up to 60 today for 3 sets of 3. Some of them were great, some of them were not so good, but I think just the barbell movements feel little less foreign. It that makes sense. It's been about 7 weeks with no movement and no training, so I feel like it's going to be weird. That was the longest amount of time I've ever stopped lifting weights since I started. And I started in 2009, something like that. So yeah, it's been a long time coming. Here's my first set of 3 for the power snatch at 60. I'm trying my best just to keep the weight in my hands and then extending through the hip area with my legs, not necessarily in my upper body. I think a lot of times what happens is if I get a little bit too focused on extending through my upper body, then I start throwing my shoulders around. And right now I want to just have the extension come ideally from the hip and only the hip, not necessarily the shoulders. I think the shoulders can help me a little bit try to pull myself under the bar, but not. I mean, the shoulders will help to get the bar higher so that I can get power snatch height, but I don't think that is the most important thing. The highest priority is to get proper extension at the legs and at the hips. So that's the number one thing I'm trying to think about. I think maybe next week I'm gonna try to think about getting a little bit more aggressive. You see on that second rep, I don't even get the full extension. And third rep was a little bit better, but there's a lot left to be desired. I'm trying my best to not be super critical because it is only my second week back. But if you've watched any of these videos, being critical is what I'm an expert at. Being critical of my movement and my effort and all of these things is what I am good at, and that's why I excel at what I excel at. It's also the reason why I suck at a lot of things. It's because I'm too critical, and then I get into my own head and give up before I even give myself a chance. But you know, that's it's all a learning process, right? You know, you figure out how to be better and cope with the idea of you sucking at something, and you end up growing a little bit, and that is the main goal for here. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling about pull-ups. You know, little little uncomfortable, but a lot better than last week, and that's all I can ask for. And hopefully today is worse than next week. Really, really, really unique thought to think of. But you know, next week will be week 3, coming into things, and yeah, I'm just excited to move up. I don't know if I'll do 10 kilos again. Maybe I'll do 5. We'll see. Who knows? But that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shoots.